In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on December 5th, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Oklahoma City Thunder versus Toronto Raptors. The Toronto Raptors are set to host the Oklahoma City Thunder on Thursday night in a clash between Eastern and Western Conference teams at Scotiabank Arena. Currently holding the 12th spot in the Eastern Conference standings, the Raptors are showing signs of improvement with back-to-back victories, including a notable win against Indiana in their previous outing. On the other hand, the Thunder remain at the top of the Western Conference standings, having bounced back into the win column in their most recent game. In last season's 2 meetings, Oklahoma City swept the series, and they'll aim to continue their dominance against Toronto in this matchup. In terms of injuries, the Thunder will be without Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams, while the Raptors have ruled out Emmanuel Quickley once again. Additionally, Grady Dick's status is uncertain as he's listed as questionable. The Raptors, however, have shown a significant home court advantage, boasting a 6-4 straight-up record at Scotiabank Arena compared to a dismal 1-11 on the road. From a betting perspective, they have been even more impressive, covering the spread in 8 out of 10 home games this season. Toronto's recent form is also encouraging, as they've won 5 of their last 8 games outright and are averaging an impressive 118 points per game during their current 3-1 straight-up stretch. While the Thunder have been one of the league's most reliable teams both straight up and against the spread over the past 2 seasons, they may face a tougher challenge in this matchup. The Raptors, who are 15-7 against the spread overall this season, have momentum on their side, with consecutive victories and wins in 3 of their last 4 games. Injuries have hindered Toronto's record this season, but they've consistently shown competitive spirit. Although Oklahoma City's position at the top of the Western Conference speaks volumes about their consistency, this game presents a promising opportunity to support a surging Raptors team playing on their home court. With all factors considered, the Toronto Raptors to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Oklahoma City ranks 10th in offensive efficiency, managing 112 points per 100 possessions, while Toronto sits further down the list at 22nd, producing just 109 points per 100 possessions. Defensively, the Thunder lead the league, allowing a mere 102 points per 100 possessions. During Oklahoma City's recent 5-1 straight-up stretch, they've averaged a respectable 116 points per game. However, even if they hit their scoring mark, this game has the makings of a slower-paced, defensive battle. A projected final score in the range of 115-108 suggests the total will stay under, making under the projected total our full game total pick. Charlotte Hornets versus New York Knicks. The Charlotte Hornets are set to face the New York Knicks for the second time this season. Their first meeting ended in a narrow 99-98 victory for the Knicks during NBA Cup group play. Since then, the Hornets have faced significant struggles, losing their 6th consecutive game and falling to 0-4 in NBA Cup matchups after a home defeat against the Philadelphia 76ers. Conversely, the Knicks have found their rhythm, securing their 3rd consecutive win with a home victory over the Orlando Magic. This win not only extended their streak but also solidified their position as the top team in NBA Cup Group A. In terms of player availability, the Hornets remain slightly undermanned, with Grant Williams still sidelined due to injury. Meanwhile, the Knicks are closely monitoring the statuses of Cameron Payne and Precious Achiuwa, both listed as questionable. Injuries have been a persistent issue for the Hornets throughout the season, preventing their young core from achieving consistency. Key players such as LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, and Grant Williams are unavailable for this matchup, leaving the team reliant on veteran contributions. Despite the setbacks, rookie Brandon Miller has emerged as a bright spot, scoring 20 or more points in each of the last 8 games. On the other hand, the Knicks have developed impressive chemistry between Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges, enabling them to execute efficiently on offense. Their previous game against the Hornets was a close affair, decided by just 1 point, as the Knicks overcame a sluggish first half marked by missed mid-range attempts. While the Hornets have struggled to find consistency this season, they demonstrated competitiveness in their most recent game despite missing LaMelo Ball. who remain sidelined indefinitely. Although the Knicks enter this contest as heavy favorites, they are expected to cover the spread comfortably. The Hornets' lack of offensive firepower makes it challenging for them to keep pace, while the Knicks' balanced attack should allow all 5 starters to score in double figures once again. As a result, the New York Knicks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Hornets ranked 26th in pace this season, with the Knicks close behind at 27th. Their first meeting this season resulted in a total score under 200 points, and this was no fluke. The Hornets have struggled offensively, going nearly 2 weeks without surpassing 105 points in a game. Meanwhile, the Knicks have excelled defensively, limiting opponents to an average of 105 points per game at home. Interestingly, the Hornets are one of only 2 teams to hold the Knicks under 100 points this season, showcasing their ability to disrupt an elite offense. The last game between these 2 teams ended 24 points under the projected total, with neither team reaching 100 points. While the Knicks are expected to perform better offensively in this matchup, the overall pace of play and defensive intensity are likely to keep the game under the total. The Hornets are ranked 28th in pace and the Knicks 26th, emphasizing their slow tempos. Additionally, the Knicks' defensive improvements, including their ability to switch schemes and challenge opponents, have been instrumental. Despite their injury issues, the Hornets have managed to hold 4 of their last 5 opponents to under 108 points. While the Knicks should crack the 100-point mark, the Hornets' ongoing offensive struggles will likely continue, making under the projected total our full game total pick. Chicago Bulls versus San Antonio Spurs. It's an interconference showdown on the hardwood as 2 teams aim to secure a victory in the Lone Star State. The Chicago Bulls hit the road to face the San Antonio Spurs on Thursday night. In their previous game, the Bulls cruised to an emphatic 128-102 win at home over the Brooklyn Nets on Tuesday night, comfortably covering the spread as 7.5-point favorites. Meanwhile, the Spurs suffered a 104-93 defeat on the road against the Phoenix Suns the same evening, falling short of covering the line as 7-point underdogs. Historically, the Spurs hold a commanding 59-40 lead in the all-time regular season series between these teams, but the Bulls have dominated the recent matchups, winning the last 4. Their most recent encounter saw Chicago triumph 122-116 on the road on January 13, 2024. Chicago will once again be without Kobe White, and Josh Giddey's status remains questionable, adding to their injury concerns. On the other hand, the Spurs have ruled out both Tre Jones and Victor Wembanyama for this contest. Despite coming off a dominant performance against the Nets, the Bulls face notable challenges with these key injuries. Losing Williams and especially White significantly impacts Chicago's depth and production. The Bulls have been average on the road this season with a 6-6 record, heavily relying on their 3-point shooting to generate offense. Conversely, Wembanyama struggled in the Spurs' loss to Phoenix, managing just 6 of 18 shooting from the floor, but he's expected to rebound strongly in this home matchup. The Spurs, who boast an 8-4 home record, are relatively healthy apart from their 2 absentees, positioning them well for a competitive showing. Both teams come into this game with contrasting recent form. San Antonio has dropped 2 of its last 3 games, including a poor showing against the Suns in which their shooting was abysmal. That loss came on the road, where the Spurs are just 3-6 this season, but they tend to perform better offensively at home, as evidenced by their stronger 8-4 home record. Facing a Bulls team that ranks last in the league in opponents' points per game, the Spurs are poised to find their rhythm offensively and get back to playing effective defense. Chicago's poor defensive metrics and lack of cohesion make them a favorable opponent for the Spurs to exploit. San Antonio's ability to shoot better at home and control the pace gives them a strong edge in this matchup. The Chicago Bulls have struggled to inspire confidence this season, often appearing disjointed and lackluster, particularly on the defensive end. Their roster has yet to show the kind of effort and intensity needed to compete consistently. On the other hand, the Spurs are a young and hungry team that battles hard each night and continues to develop as a competitive squad. If San Antonio wants to stay in the playoff conversation and build on their progress, this is the type of game they need to capitalize on. Losing at home in this situation would be a setback for their momentum. With a favorable line, the San Antonio Spurs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In their last game, the Spurs endured a miserable shooting night, managing just 93 points, and the total for that game fell well under the projected line. This trend is likely to continue here, as the Bulls also played a low-scoring game in their previous outing, and Chicago's league worst defense will face a Spurs team that isn't known for high-octane scoring. San Antonio ranks near the bottom of the league in possessions per game, while the Bulls rank second. but the Spurs will likely dictate the slower pace at home. Combined with their improved defense, this slower tempo will keep the total under the projected line. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.